guys, it's Sarah and welcome back to a new video. And as I've delayed this video for like at least 2 weeks or so, I am finally going to do it and just get it over and done with and just sort of catch up with, not uploading for the past 2 weeks. So this is going to be a review on the Etude House Precious Mineral BB Cream in Perfect Fit. And yeah, I'm going to do a review, but it's actually going to be quite different because when I tried re-recording this, I actually kept comparing it to another BB cream from its same range, and the whole review and filming just kept going back and forth between the two products. So in conclusion, I just stopped filming and decided to start fresh and just turn this review into a comparison review video and just compare the two products. So I'll also be comparing the Perfect Fit to the Precious Mineral Bright Fit, which looks like this. And I know I have reviewed this separately, but I did want to compare these two because Etude House does have quite a few of BB creams from their Precious Mineral range. I believe they still have their Bright Fit, which is one of the originals, and then they have the Blooming Fit, the Cotton Fit, and then the Perfect Fit. So the Perfect Fit is the latest one that just came out just this summer, this summer for Korea, and I decided to pick that up and try it out because I have mentioned that I am trying to empty out this BB cream and I only have like a few more pumps left and I am completely done. And I've had this for kind of over a year, but color wise it still matches me, so I'm just trying to use up every single last pump, and yeah, I'm nearly done. So I got this as a backup and to try it out, and just simply because its formula or its finish is a little more different. So first off, I am going to do my usual demonstration kind of review, but instead of just using one product, I'll be using two different products. So I'll be applying my Precious Mineral Bright Fit on this side of my face, and then I'll be using the Perfect Fit for this side of my face. And in general, I actually tend to mix these BB creams in moisturizers. I actually mix it with my Clear Switch Moist Soothing Cream, and I do like a ratio of 1:1, and I just kind of eyeball the amount of product I have. So it depends on the day. If I need a lot of moisture, then I'll put a lot more. But the BB cream will always just stay to one pump, and that's good enough for my entire face. And so since I will be applying it on each side of my face, I'll be using just a little bit more than half of a pump. So yeah, we'll get started. But first off, because I know my skin very well, and I could just wear the BB creams by themselves, but it just doesn't work on my skin like that. So I'm going to sort of prime it with the Etude House Face Conditioning Cream in Light, which looks like this. And I'm just going to apply small amounts, and this would go mainly around the cheeks, the chin, the bridge of my nose, the forehead, and in between my eyebrows. I figured that just that part in between my eyebrows going down the nose bridge is actually quite dry, so I'm just gonna prime that. Okay, so now that I'm done actually applying my primer, I'm going to start off with my Precious Mineral Bright Fit on this side of my face. And before I even start, I actually forgot to mention what my shade is in this BB cream. And for both BB creams, I am in W24, which is Honey Beige, and also just in Etude House in general, that is the kind of shade that I tend to buy. And I am going to use just a little bit, then one pump, and apply it all over my face. So I actually start off really little, and then I just work my way up if I need any more. Now I actually tend to apply a lot less on my forehead because just by personal preference, I don't like that kind of cakey looking application on the forehead, because my forehead tends to be a little more drier than the rest of my face. So I just apply it less and just focus on the inner parts of my face, such as the cheeks and that's where I'll actually just focus all the coverage on. So this is how it looks like with one layer on my face, and I'm actually quite set because when I do the rest of my makeup, I'll just do a little bit spot concealing, and that's about it. Now I'll go onto the right side of my face using the Perfect Fit, so just the same procedure. And this is practically it. It doesn't really take me quite a long time to actually do or apply my BB creams because I only put at least one layer, and just certain areas I'll add a little bit more, just like to, you know, fuller coverage on acne scars, and that's practically it. So as you can see, there isn't really much of a difference between the two BB creams in terms of its finish, on its application on my face. They both apply exactly the same. They're very smooth and they just match well into my skin because of its shade. So this shade is actually quite good for my skin. It's actually quite difficult for these guys to see the difference with the finishes. The Bright Fit is actually more of a glowy and illuminating kind of finish, while the Perfect Fit is more of a semi-matte finish. So semi-matte, it kind of has a light sheen to it from the natural lighting. I don't know if you can see it from being hit there, but then when you go to the Bright Fit, you can see a lot more going on here. So I'll show you guys the difference as a swatch in the back of my hand right after I finish the rest of my makeup, and that's when I'll get straight onto the comparison review. So I'm done doing the rest of my makeup, and it does look a little bit overwhelming today. For some reason my eyebrows just went really dark and I just couldn't fix it anymore, so I just left it. And yeah, now onto the review, well, the comparison review more like. I just want to let you guys know that the differences between these BB creams are actually the finishes. I mentioned it, that the Bright Fit has more of a bright and pearl illuminating glowy kind of finish, or I should say more of a dewy finish, and the Perfect Fit has a semi-matte finish. And I could say that this is sort of like a satin kind of thing, because there is kind of a sheen to it as well by its own, so that's why I say it's kind of more of a semi-matte. But you can definitely see the difference between the two, so I'm going to quickly do a little swatch in the back of my hand, and hopefully the light will be able to reflect, and then you guys will be able to see the difference between the two BB creams. So now the shades here are looking kind of different, and I am not positive if it's to do with the actual finishes of the BB cream, or if it's because I've just had one for like a little bit longer than a year, so the color could have changed, but they both match me pretty well still. And here, as you can see, you have the, I should blend the Bright Fit a little bit more. You have the Bright Fit on this side and the Perfect Fit on this side, and in terms of how much light actually reflects on the BB cream, it does reflect a lot more on the Bright Fit. As you can see, when you just keep moving, you just keep seeing the light reflect onto the BB cream, and just a slight sheen, but compared to the Perfect Fit in general, this is a lot more glowy and this is a lot more matte. So in terms of choosing your BB creams, it definitely depends on your preference and your skin type, because let's say if you have dry to normal skin and it's winter for you, I would definitely recommend more of the dewy kind of finishes. So either the Blooming Fit or the Bright Fit would be perfect, just because it has that dewy look, so it does make your skin appear hydrated and just fresh for, you know, either the cold weather, or just to make your skin appear a lot more healthier and just, you know, just even out, because in winter time I do have dry skin, and I option for this BB cream because it gives that illusion of having a very dewy kind of skin. And as for the Perfect Fit, as you can see, it's a lot more semi-matte, and that's, I guess, more preference for those with oily skin to normal skin, or just those who prefer, you know, matte finishes in general. I mean, if At first, I used to find the bright fit a little bit too overwhelming, so I would always set this with powder. But yeah, after giving this out a try, I don't really need to set this with powder or anything because its finish itself is semi-matte and it just doesn't, you know, appear as shiny as the bright fit. And that's another thing. During the daytime, and if it's hot and if you're the type who gets oily throughout the day, beware, because throughout the day with the bright fit or the blooming fit, I assume that you will start to appear a little bit oily. So setting it will definitely help the BB cream last a lot longer. And yeah, so just with the bright fit and the blooming fit, definitely set your powder on your BB cream as well. And as for the precious mineral, there's not really much of a need to set it, well, for my skin type. But I guess if I was to get very oily or throughout the day or it's really, really hot in the summer, then I would probably touch up a little bit with setting powder. But just in general, after the application, I don't set it with anything. And I guess, yeah, it's just basically in terms of preference. If you do like that dewy skin, definitely go for either the blooming fit or the bright fit. I will continuously emphasize on that. And if you like the perfect fit, then definitely go for the semi-matte finishes. And hold up. Okay, so apologies to that, my memory card just had to stop. So another tip that I actually did want to give as well is that wearing these BB creams alone, especially the bright fit, they actually get into my crease. Like, they just, throughout the day or just even after application, I will notice that my crease is actually marked with the BB cream, and I really didn't like that. So having to set my eyes with either an eyelid primer or a setting powder, I'd always have to do that. So that's quick warning. But if I actually mix these BB creams with my Clarins moisturizer, it actually prevents that happening from like going into my crease. So that was a really fun fact and interesting thing to learn. But the BB creams by themselves, they actually do get into my crease and sometimes fine lines. So priming is very, very important. Well, for myself it is. And yeah, that's about it. I think in terms of the BB cream and the review itself, because they both have the exact same formula, it's just the finishes. They both contain SPF 30 and then PA++. They both have the whitening, anti-wrinkle, and anti-darkening formula, so it does appear lighter than your actual shade. It just gives you that. It's not exactly a white cast, but you can see that it's kind of slightly, just a little bit whiter than your actual skin tone. And yeah, the amount of product is exactly the same, 60 grams, and the duration, or how the product should pretty much last, well, is 12 months. And packaging wise, they are similar. The bright fit is just a little bit taller and the pump is a little bit shorter for here. I feel like with this pump for the bright fit, there's a lot more control with how much you pump out. And yeah, if you can see from the packaging, you can see the finishes are different. This one represents its dewy finish, so it's very, very glossy, and this is a satin finish. So it just shows that it's a semi-matte. So it's very easy to choose which BB cream and finish you want because the packagings help you a lot, and you can always try them out in the stores or ask questions from people who have actually reviewed this online, because there are tons of reviews on these precious mineral BB creams, but I just wanted to do a review on the perfect fit in particular because it is fairly new and just came out this year. Overall, my review on these BB creams are really great. The precious mineral BB creams were my first Korean BB cream ever, so there's a very strong attachment to them, and I'm glad that I kind of can alternate between two different finishes. Just check out the demo or my blog post, because I think my blog post would be a lot more easier for you guys to read and understand. It would just be straight onto the point. And yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!